In the studio. Uncle, you're welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It was so good to see you on
Yes,
Valentine's.
it was. Oh, and I did have a good time as well. I need to say kudos to your team, man.
And to see Esther.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
It was really good to see.
Yes. I need to say kudos to you and the team. Look, those who missed out, they missed a real great show.
Yeah.
And I need to say kudos to our forecast. Boy.
It was good to see you. So, Esther, good afternoon.
Yes.
You made my day by accompanying the naughty boy to the show.
Uncle Ebo Whyte, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. And you?
I'm well too. Thank you so much.
Great.
We're back again to continue our conversation. Yes.
Did you get any feedback from our last?
Oh, a lot of feedback. I mean, we should have actually pulled out those messages after, but we didn't. So maybe today we would actually ask people to send in their messages and their thoughts as well on today's conversation, a part 2 of why love does not work.
Does not work. So if you join us, if you were with us last week, you know that we looked at why love does not work, and we gave just one. We covered only one point: the differences between men and women.
Right.
Today, like I said, in my book, I have about 13 differences between men and women and how they impact a relationship. But today, I'm not going back to that. I'm going to move on to the other factors why love does not work.
What's the title of the book again, and where can we get it before we actually delve into it?
No, that is a book I'm yet to release.
Okay.
I have 3 books out there already. The Deal, Perfect Couple, and Let's Talk About Sex. But this one is a book I am yet to release.
Is it going to be called Why Love Does Not Work?
No, I'm sure since we meet every Thursday, one of these is I'll tell you what's going on.
All right,
so
cool.
The next reason why love does not work is and I've said this, I think one of the earlier conversations I talked about it. The fact that whenever you see a marriage, you attend any wedding, boy and girl, you must understand that what you are watching is an unequal fight, because the girl is ready, prepared. The boy has not been prepared. From a very young age, girls are normally prepared for marriage. Me and you, nobody prepared us. So your wife knows exactly what she's doing on the day she said I do. You, Lexis, it took you 5 years before the reality of being married hit you proper. Yes, you went through the motions and you played the husband, but you woke up about 5 years into the marriage to realize, oh, so this is the implications, and this is that and that and that, because nobody really prepared you for that. And unfortunately, girls always want to learn. Boys are not interested in learning. And so even when you put together a program to help people succeed with their love relationships, you would find that a lot of girls will register to come, and they would actually come. The boys won't come. The few boys you see there have been dragged there by their women, but they on their own wouldn't have walked in. What do you call it? That lack of hunger to learn to do better, especially in our relationships, it's not there on the side of the men. The women are always learning. They are always asking questions. They are always talking. They always want to learn. We don't really care. Then third,
why is this so though? Why are women prepared for marriage and men are not?
Because everyone, the assumption is that you're an adult, you're a man, you have you have a working organ, you should be fine.
You should figure it out.
You should, but that is not what it is. It is not like that at all. Living with a woman in our time, especially against the kind of situation my father and grandfather had, it's a very different thing. This is the first, I believe this is the first generation in Ghana or in our part of the world where men and women are required to marry and live on equal terms.
Okay.
In my father's era, he was not required to be on equal terms with my mother. Do you understand?
Right.
He came from work and he waited for food. He had no responsibility to go warm anything or anything. If you told him to warm anything, his family will come and divorce you for him. Because my mother and her were mainly traders. This is the first generation where the woman is working in the office just like you and may even be holding down a much more important job than you. May be earning as much as you are earning, if not more. Do you understand? So you get home, let's say at 6:30. She's now in a board meeting at that time. How do you manage that? How do you manage a situation where you come home and your wife wants actually to talk? My father's time, I never saw my father and my mother sitting down to talk. The women gathered in their corner. Do you understand me? And they did their own thing. He sat in his place. And then magically we appeared. But the issue of even romance, that was not required. That was not required. And
you never saw them do any PDA.
No. PDA. The community would have laughed at him. And they would have killed my mother. Because then we are bayi for why your papa ne bibi, what the papa na for baby. Do you understand? No. The most you will see couples when I was growing up is just going for a walk. But say we're son in sem. Then sad than na sene. And they are talking and chatting. Oh, a tractor driver will hit them into the gutter. And that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed even now. If you like, walk with Esther from this junction to the junction down there. And I guarantee you, holding hands and being lovey and all that, I guarantee you, a taxi driver passing will shout at you, "Hey, money die!" It will irritate them. Because we, as a community, but I'll come to that. So the third thing, so the differences between men and women, the lack of training, and then number 3, no role models. The sad thing is that in Ghana, if you're a young man, you don't have too many good role models for being a husband. Fathers, we do, so we are better fathers than we are husbands, unfortunately. And because there's no role model. For many of us, our fathers had multiple women. They were divorced, or they practiced polygamy. And so we didn't quite see that. Like we're talking, I never saw my father and mother being lovey. When I was smaller, the only thing romantic about that I saw my father do for my mother was to pound fufu with her. Because he insisted. My father had only one supper. And you dare not give him a variation. It was fufu and light soup.
That's all.
That is all. Take your jollof. Take your whatever. Just give him the fufu and light soup. And when we were small, I'm the first of their children. because I was small and they didn't have a maid servant then, he then had to pound the fufu. So he could have his fufu. That was the only romantic thing. But as we grew and could pound and other people came into the household, no, that did not happen. The role models. It is rare to have a young man who is seeing the picture and images of a good romantic relationship between his parents and his uncles and their wives, or to hear good things being said. I was the chairman of a traditional marriage ceremony. And when we finished everything, the uncle of the boy was asked to give him advice. And he got up. This is his advice. He said, "My nephew, don't go home ever at a regular time, or you'll get into trouble. Always vary the time you get home. So sometimes go home at 5, sometimes go home at 7 for no reason." He said, "If you don't have anything to do, you roam in town. But don't put yourself in a situation where your wife can predict when you will come home. Because the day that time changes, you will have questions to answer and there will be trouble."
I see.
Is that an advice you give to a young man getting into marriage? This was his best advice to the guy. You know, to the guy, no role models. Now, the next is our cultural imperatives in Ghana. You know, when you're not married in Ghana, when you're a woman and you are not married, you think the Ghanaian culture loves marriage. That is not true. The Ghanaian culture doesn't care about marriage.
Really?
We care about having children, but not marriage. So, our culture hates to see a good romantic relationship between a man and a wife. As a society, we don't like it. Now, I've said this in other places, and people have said, because quite often some of the statements I make, you realize that people haven't thought through it. So their first reaction is to attack. And say, no, that is not true. I said, okay, let me give you an example. Let's go to your village with Esther. And then wake up in the morning and go and fetch water for Esther, because this is your village. Do you understand me? So This is your home match.
Yeah.
Go and fetch water for Esther to the bathroom, maybe even warm water for her, and tell her, "My dear, your water is ready. Go take your bath." And see what will happen in that home. Your people will hate Esther for life, because in their mind, what our son got up, went to fetch water and warm water for his wife, for this girl, and woke her up to go, "What? This girl is a witch." And from that day on, none of your aunties, none of your sisters will be nice with her, because she's a witch. She has bewitched you. Because society can't understand. Why is her son that devoted to her? But go with Esther to your village and wake up in the morning and start shouting at her. "Lazy girl, are you still asleep? Get up and go." And then begin to be rude to her. Your aunties, your sisters will run to you. "Oh, Leslie, what are you doing? What? No. And then they will go to Esther and comfort her. "Oh, don't mind our son. Our son, we don't know what. We'll talk to him. But from then on, they will love her. Because why? Our son doesn't love her. Does that make sense to you?
I'm getting it. Yes, I'm getting it. It's making some sense.
Because you've just shown, "I don't love her," and they are happy. Yeah, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. the evidence that we don't really understand what marriage is that when a man dies, his wife is treated as a stranger at the funeral. It isn't her funeral. And she's mistreated. The woman who has just lost her best friend, lost her lover, lost her husband, lost the father of her children, that is when the deceased people would make life even more terrible to her. There's no consideration of, oh, she just had the worst trauma a woman can go through. Let's comfort her. Let's be for her. Let's help her recover. No. Accusation upon, oh, wokuno yadisha na mai. Wokuno sasa. You know, what didn't see what's an econo? You know, that kind of thing. Why? Because we don't quite value marriage here. Have the children. So, if a marriage goes for 3 years without children, you see the pressure and the demand coming. Because we don't value the fact that you were married. The marriage is transactional. It should bring the children. If the children are not coming, or we have issues with you. You know, it doesn't matter that you have a fantastic relationship and you love each other so much. No. And one of my adopted sisters, who birth delayed, the man's people would actually come to the house and say, when we're coming to marry you for our son, we thought we were coming for a hen. We didn't know we were coming for a cock. You understand the implication?
Mm-hmm.
And this was a beautiful couple who had a great relationship, who were such a team, and together, since their marriage, had transformed the fortunes of that family.
But it didn't matter to them.
It didn't matter, no. And they made life difficult until the man one day said, all of you don't come to my house anymore.
That's all.
If you come to stress my wife out, I don't want to see you. He said, from now on, if any of you need anything or you need me, send me a message. I would reach out to you.
Right.
But you are not coming to my house to come and do that to my wife. Our cultural imperative. So when you are in a relationship in Ghana and you think that the society supports a beautiful romantic marriage, be careful. And so a lot of the advice you get, a lot of the input you get may lead you to mess it up. And then the next point, why our love doesn't work in Ghana, emotional maturity or immaturity. Not many of us are emotionally mature. So if you annoy us and for some reason, I don't know if you have seen this. We tend to be nicer to strangers than we are to the people we are in a relationship with. I have been in a meeting where a man gets a call. Hello. Oh no, this is not Emeka. This is Ebo. What number were you trying to reach? Oh, wrong number. Okay. Oh no, it's all fine. It happens. Fine. This is a stranger calling a wrong number, and you see how polite he was. Then a few moments later, his phone rings again, and then it rings twice, and then he takes it, looks at it. Oh. Then we look at him. What's going on? Is it not my wife? Is it not my wife? Then he goes, look, I'll call you later. I said I'll call you later. Off. Why that? Why are you nicer to a stranger than to the person you say you love? And that happens a lot. Because of lack of emotional maturity, we tend to be very offhand and shoddy with those we claim, especially when the relationship becomes stable. New relationships are nice. Early days of courtship, fantastic, because we are all at our best behavior. We are politicians on the campaign grounds. we promise. You want what you want C in Kumasi, we'll promise you. We'll bring you C to Kumasi. No problem about it until we win the elections, and then you'll get to know. But none of us is perfect. In a relationship, your beloved will step on your toes. There will be little provocations and annoyances. But how you react to them. Not many of us know that, okay, what he said has annoyed me, but we'll talk about it. Do you understand me? Mm-hmm. Some people will react right there, irrespective of how many people are around, react and show their anger immediately and pick a fight with you. When a little patience, a little just deciding, you know what, you forget, we'll make time to talk. That level of emotional maturity that diffuses and does not escalate issues, and so we have, and this one, the trouble is more often with the women than the men. In the other situations, men have issues,
right?
But over here, women sometimes can do better with controlling biting their tongue small.
Okay.
Because they will give it to you just like that, and when they decide to give it to you too, they will give it to you, and then they will go to their friends and say, "Oh, I gave him my mind. I told him my mind." Well, the reason why you are not behaving too well is that you've been giving people pieces of your mind. They are cancer. So maybe if you stop, it will help you.
Mind, Uncle, I'm just listening to all the things that you're mentioning, and there's a certain theme that's running through. I mean, from the cultural imperatives and all of that. Is there a problem with our socialization? I don't want to say is there a problem with our culture, but are there some gaps when it comes to our socialization, how we're set up, how we're trained?
There is
that they handed down to us.
There is, and one of the reasons, there may be other reasons, but one of the reasons is that we haven't done the homework of confronting the fact that the times have changed. Now, my grandfather and his generation were supposed to go to war. They grew up in the times when we had intercommunal wars and things like that. And so a man's first job was that you're a warrior for the community. Do you understand?
Right.
Now, that environment, that time has changed. Now, because my grandfather was supposed to be a warrior and was supposed to go to war for the community also gave him some slack. So men were not given too much responsibilities beyond being willing to put your life down for the community in a fight. So we allow them free. We allow them to have even more women, because the guy may go to the next war, he may not come back. Do you understand me? In one case in which the Ashantis came to the coast in a fight to fight, there were 40,000 soldiers. They returned with 10,000 after 3 years. 30,000 gone. So that is 30,000 women who will not have their husbands back. 30,000 children who will not have their fathers back, or multiple of 30,000 children who will not get their. So society was designed to make the man as irrelevant as possible, because you may go to war and not come back. So the farm is not going to wait for you to come back for it to be cultivated. The children will not be raised with you because you may not be there. Not that you are irresponsible. Circumstances may not make it possible for you to fulfill that role. So you be free. We are releasing you because there is a bigger thing for you to do. So you go ahead and do it. Now that environment has changed. We still operate as if the man would have to go and lay his life down. Meanwhile, it has changed.
Yeah.
The women have adapted to the new situation. We men have not. So, for instance, there was a time, my mother's generation, how many women worked in the office? There were not that many. How many women had education? There were not that many. Your generation, your children's generation, your child is going to marry a woman with a master's degree. Do you understand me? Now, can I say me anyway?
Wow. Well, look, very legit conversations. My brother Gideon Ataraire says this is very priceless, and he loves your perspectives. Look, there's more next week when we're back. This has been good. Uncle Ebo Whyte, any final words before we wrap up?
Next week, we are going to talk about enemies of a love relationship. Enemies.
Okay.
Of a love relationship.
That's
let's
as well.
move on from this.
Yeah.
And then let's deal with enemies.
Enemies of a love relationship.
Of a love relationship. Or
Okay.
things you must look out for.
Yeah.
Because they will mess you up.
Good stuff. Uncle.
It's always a joy.
Ghana's favorite uncle.
Esther, it was good to see you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Uncle Ebo Whyte. Thank you so much, Uncle. Thank you so much. Look, hopefully next week we'd actually get you to send in your messages, and probably if you can call if you have questions as well and you need a bit more clarity on any of the issues, or you have maybe another opinion that you'd want to share as well. Would love to have these kinds of conversations with you next week when Uncle Ebo Whyte is back here on Joy 99.7 FM. This month of Love Day, we're talking about love in its entirety, so make sure you're always here on this channel. It's 5 o'clock. Let's go check out what's happening in news. Gemma and her team are here very shortly.